Hey guys, Coach Britt here. Just on my last day of my honeymoon, Jared's holding the camera for me. We've had an awesome week here in Canmore, as you can see. We're golfing Silvertip today. We've been golfing every day. It's just unbelievable. The weather's been great. So, as promised, here's one of the videos I want to share with you guys. I always want to prepare my athletes to do their best and prepare their best physically and mentally. This short video is going to help you prepare physically for hockey game, hockey practice. Also, I'm going to teach you how to warm up in a very small space. So I'm not going to be traveling, running, doing anything like that. I'm just going to show you how to warm up. So if you have absolutely nothing other than a cold rink full of people and a dressing room, kick your hockey bag aside and get warmed up here. I'm going to take your full body, all your major joints, through a full range of motion. And what this does is it helps prepare your body for performing. It's going to help prevent injury as we take every major joint through a full range of motion. Helps with injury prevention. It's also going to help maximize your speed and make you more efficient and lengthening your stride and all that. So I want you guys to start off with your team. Always a good thing to do is warm up with your team. 7 to 10 minutes. You can kick around a soccer ball. You can play tag. You can do anything that kind of gets you moving, having some fun. You can even go for a run. It's a little more boring, but if you can be a little bit more creative, then that's great. Now what I'm going to do, once you've done that 7 to 10 minute warm-up, you should be sweating, you should be warm by then. Now we're going to take each major joint through a full range of motion. So I'm going to start off with the hips. Standing in the dressing room, I can put my hand up onto a wall. Moving from the hip, I want to take my leg as far forward as I can. This stretches out the back of the hip, and then back this way, stretching out the front of the hip. So I'm going to stay nice and controlled, keep my tummy muscles nice and tight, and swing that leg. Just get everything moving. Good chance I've been traveling, sitting in the car, and everything's really tight. So just want to get everything moving. With every exercise I show you, I'm going to do about 10 repetitions a side. If it feels good and you feel like you're still getting some more range of motion, you can continue on and do even 15, 20 reps. Totally up to you. So repeat that one, both legs, 10 to 15 reps. Next one, I'm going to go down into this one's going to help sort of loosen up and reduce groin injuries, just like that previous one. So sort of a side lunge position. The leg that's fully extended here, I can feel a stretch on the inside of this leg. I'm going to keep my head level. You can even have a teammate hold a hockey stick up over your head and just slide side to side. And this is just really loosening up the hips, my bum, and my inner thighs. Again, help preventing any groin injuries. As I get looser, I can get a little bit lower. Again, I can have my teammate sort of lower that hockey stick. Just really loosen up the legs, thighs, inner and outer thighs. Okay, from there, I'm just going to go into some lunges. So the lunges are going to help loosen up the knee and the hip as well. So some nice deep lunges. I want to stay nice and tall here. Push this hip forward. Now I can feel a good stretch in the front of this hip. Again, about 10 to 15 per leg. I'll be listening to my favorite locker room music, talking to my teammates, just getting loosened up as a team, getting my body prepared. And as I'm going through this, I'm also considering the game that's coming up, starting to get mentally prepared as well. Thinking about my role, what position I'm playing, who my line mates are. So that one warms up sort of the hip flexor, so a little bit higher up. And of course, once that muscle's loose, I'm going to have a lot more flexibility to have a nice long stride as well. So next one, we're going to go to the back. So single leg, see if I can balance on this hill here. Cross one foot over, like that, and then I'm going to do a single leg squat. So the deeper I squat with my right leg, the more of a stretch I'm going to get on this side. And I can go down and up. You can certainly use a teammate or use a wall for balance on that one as well. I'll just show you that one from the front. Balance on one leg, squat down. The deeper I go, the more of a stretch I'm going to get. So remember, warming up is all about going through a full range of motion as much as possible. There we go. All right, so I've had a good warm up so far in my hips. Now I'm going to work down lower so I can get more of the quads and the hamstrings. Those muscles move the knee, okay? So really good prevention for knee injuries is taking these muscles through a full range of motion. So standing in one spot, this one's going to get my heart rate up a little bit more as well. It's called bum kicks. So I'm going to start off with one knee up, one foot up as close to my bum as I can get it, I'm going to go as quick as I can, say 10-15 seconds. Okay, once I'm done that, now I'm going to go into more of a slower movement. Hold each stretch for about 2 to 3 seconds. And if you're thinking, well, my gym teacher told me to stretch for 30 to 40, that's great for post-training, for post-game cool down. But holding your stretches for a longer period of time helps prepare the muscles to relax and to slow down. I'm getting my body ready to move and move quickly. So I want to hold my stretches for only about 2 to 3 seconds, okay? So now my front of my legs, my quads are nice and warm. I'm going to go to the back of my legs now. Hands on my hips. Just going to tip from the waist. This is going to give me a really good stretch in the back of the legs. We don't use hamstrings a ton in hockey, but again, just strengthening the knee. We use the quads a ton, so we want to make sure the hamstrings are strong and fit and flexible. So again, about 10 of those, and I'm good to go. So let's move on to the upper body. Just do some upper body movements. I'm going to start with my hands together like this. Just open up my chest and cross. Just kind of get the upper body nice and limber, ready to move, ready to shoot. And I can go in the opposite direction as well. So one arm up, one arm down, and switch. All right, guys, there's your warm-up. We got to go tee off now, so we'll see you at camp.